So imagine going to work and people thinking the worst about you and you don't know them, you don't care to get to know them on any level. Imagine you walking in the cafeteria and someone is stooped over in the refrigerator and you're looking straight ahead to see where can you sit down at. You was looking at where you was sitting at, and folk think you looking at folk. You know how desperate individuals gotta be. That's very low. You gotta have a low self-esteem, a low mindset, a low confidence. But it's hilarious for folk to think their karma is not coming for them. This is not my karma because I didn't do this to people. I'm not harassing people. I'm not bothering people. I can look straight ahead and focus on where I'm going. God forgive me, but if them people who got this narrative that want to control, that want to do this, well, she's not doing nothing, we want to plot against her. God bless you, because you need to deal with your karma. You need to deal with your abusing power position. You need to deal with yourself and love yourself. A lot of these people that operate out of hate, they don't love themselves. Who abuse power, they don't love themselves. What fruit do they have? If you're going to tell me about justice and order, what can you show me that about your own life that it would be an example that I could be humbled by? Because that's where humility comes from. It's not from telling someone and correcting them or telling them what they're doing. And, I could look around and go, yo, what's going on here? Like, I'm controlling my own body. I know my motives, my intentions. I don't twist things. People do. Weak people do. Even if they're wealthy, even if they have money, that's what weak people do. When they want that much control. But they're going to have a day, they're going to have karma to deal with. Their own actions, what they sold out, what they put out in the atmosphere, how they treat people. That's like if a man was abusive to his woman, when he wake up to himself and realize, oh, my karma's coming, let me clean up, let me sharpen up, this man will go be cautious and protective over his daughter because he understands how karma works. Karma doesn't necessarily come after you, it goes after you love. So it don't matter. Oh, people better sharpen up. You want to force poverty on someone, that's going to come after you. It's going to come after you and what you love. People have this illusion of me, oh, I'm harming people. Where? When? How? Tell me about it so I'll know. Because of illusion of it and what I go through is two different daggone things. It's two different things. I go through struggles of people who want power, who participate in fear tactics, that want power, and they use money. They use people to feed their agenda, but they got this large ego, but they don't got nothing good behind it and on the inside of them. I find it amazing how a lot of people who know where the riches are, they're not extremely wealthy, but their needs get met. Their needs get met, period. I don't care if they're homeless. I don't care if they're middle class. I don't care if they're struggling. They know where the real wealth is lined up at. It's not these jobs. It's on the inside. And if folk not willing to dig on the inside and believe in themselves, what I look like entertaining folk who it's not even to downplay them, but if it took a lot for me to get on this path, folk gotta do their own work. My overall message is folk cannot control the agenda. They can't control the narrative. They can't control how much money you make. Yeah, you can predict it, but you can't predict the blessing or miracle that God can put in the midst of it, knowing what's going on, knowing how hateful people can be, knowing how soulless individuals are. And on top of that, of all this destruction, all this chaos, it's confirming my blessing. Everything that I need, it's confirming. And not only that it's coming, and that I have to prepare for it, and I have to get my character in line for it, my heart, my mind, all of me, but not to fit in with anyone who wants to control a narrative or an agenda. That's what weak people do. Satan is weak. Individuals who participate in that crap are weak. Because at the bottom line, they don't want to do what's right. If somebody is harming someone in the community, file charges on them. Plain and simple. If someone is assaulting somebody, file charges on them. Period. Plain and simple. No questions asked. But I never seen some weak individuals like this before who have power. You a coward, you want to set me up. What you gonna do after you set me up? Let me turn on the fan. What's gonna be done after you set me up? And what's gonna be done after I expose you? And the setup. What's gonna be done? Because I never seen cowards like this before in my life. Never in my life. It's like once you get by, you in front of the veil, and you got that mic on. You're speaking loud with the deep voice. But once I see these individuals for who they are. It's like these some dwarfs, these some insecure, egotistic, haven't done nothing of what they preach. Egotistic, hateful, soulless, controlling, conniving, malicious, soulless individuals with power. If I'm out here harming folk, I'm telling on my damn self, go on, baby, charge me up. But you can't twist something that's not there. That makes your butt a coward. And you know that. But to abuse one, oh, I'm going to put you in poverty. You're going to get double dose of karma. It's coming for you. And everybody who participated in your tactics is coming for you. That's why I won't lay a hand on you. That's why I won't argue with folk. But I don't mind standing my ground. I don't mind letting you know I'm not the one you're going to play with. You surely as hell wouldn't like that crap if it come back on you. Or come back to your children. Come back to your household. Come back to your family. Where do you think the karma is going to go? Where you think all that wickedness going to go? You sowing it back into your life. You want everybody to be on guard about me. I don't give a damn about people like that. I never care to be about knowing about where people going, what they doing. That's you. That's your people. That's you. But when I stand my ground, your people have an attitude when the same boundaries you want me to stand on that they should be on. Like, what? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, though. And then with the gang stalkers, oh, that shit is hilarious, boy. It be so... Ooh, God forgive me. God forgive me. How you gonna... How you supposed to intimidate me? But you look like you never shot a gun before. You twirling your foot around like a feminine woman. Do you know how many life-threatening circumstances and situations I've been in? I had to step up and defend myself and fight and endure and overcome and go to war with Satan. So why do you think I'm going to be afraid of you with your tactics and with these gang stalkers? It's old. It's played out. It's extremely weak though, but it's hilarious because I'm looking like, wow, these individuals are hurting themselves. For one, you putting shades on, you promoting cancer to reflect back on you. I really wish you would love yourself. I would really wish you would love yourself and stop pushing out that negative energy so you can get something you can hold on to back. You ever notice if you don't like someone and you have a rage of emotion towards them, there's a strong urge, you don't like them? Well, not even like a hate. You can't stop speaking negatively about them, and that those feelings and that rage, it rub off on your personality, rub off on your habits, rub off on your character and your attitude. But nobody deserves that. You deserve to clear it out and be happy. But at the same way you operate out of power and you want to control and you want others to be fearful, it's the same way. I'm not about to idolize money because money can be made legally. It can get done. And also God will provide, period. I seen him provide for the wicked. I see him provide for ones who righteous. I see him provide for those in hardships. I seen him do it, period, in different circumstances and situations. I seen God provide for people who didn't deserve it at all. I'm not about to idolize money and walk with a wicked character because other folk are wicked and idolize money. I'm not about to operate out of lust. You know, when folk who operate out of lust, they really never receive love. I had to do my own work and observe myself and acknowledge my own wrong, my own issues. But that don't mean folk gonna replay and replay. That means you weak, because after a while, those things you think I'm weak by, I'm strong and overcame. And actually, I can see yours very clearly. And a good bit of y'all got some weaknesses and shortcomings. And I ain't the type to shame others about their weaknesses or shortcomings. I'm not the type. That's not me. Because I don't want that karma. I don't want that coming back. I try to treat people decent. Not even for just their own benefit. But also so I can clear out my own karma. There are folk who have an agenda. As soon as I step out the door, I'm going to plot against you or promote fear in you. And it's like, you're weak. Because you can't do the basic thing of what you said. If you say I'm all this evil and hateful, then why are you doing it? Why you being evil? Why you being hateful? Why you being this way? Every aspect of my life is not need for your opinion, your approval, who you are, how powerful you are. The world may revolve around it, but us as human beings, we don't revolve around people's power, our growth, our healing, love, forgiveness. That revolves around a higher power. It's a very dangerous level of karma you sowing in your life and these people's lives that you're going to be responsible for. You think that's weakness when I don't fight back? Oh, darling, no, it's not. It's not. It's not, because you're going to keep living and you're going to experience some changes. You're going to experience some hardships. You're going to experience some things where Most High going to make you reflect on your memory and your conscience. He going to make you reflect on your identity, your love. But a lot of you individuals are soulless. You only about greed and money, control, power. But when you have a problem, you want someone to operate out of their heart space. That don't make sense. But you don't operate out of your heart space. You operate out of evil. That don't make you powerful, yo. That means you just are powerful in this earthly realm. But if you're powerful, you will be able to not have karma coming back for you. You'll be able to promote others to really heal and support their healing and supporting them clearing out their life, cleaning up their life, clearing out their debt, clearing up. That's power. Promoting others to be sober. But you support others to operate out of demon time. You support others to operate out of their flesh. You support others to operate out of wickedness. So anything it takes for them to block out their conscience, you supporting them do it. If that's them getting high, if it blocks out their conscience, you supporting it. Where in the world am I supposed to go? Well, I'm supposed to be listening to people, and when I talk, they're supposed to just cut me off. What kind of life do you think I'm going to put up with that? Because just as much as you can put it out, that means you bet your bottom line, your bottom lip, you should be able to take it. You say I'm an assaulter, charge me with it, darling. You say I cause harm to others, charge me with it, darling. Don't be a coward and slander. That's what little children do. Gossip. Because that's what I look at it as, gossip. When you plot against me, you be wondering why. Why is her hands still clean? Because I don't operate out of your motives and your agenda. You got all kind of karma coming for you. All kind. Because how much of destruction, how much warfare, how many fear tactics, woo. Even if I had people backing me up, I still wouldn't do the things you've done to me. Because you deserve to get every clearing, every adjustment, every correction, everything that's right. You deserve to be put in your proper place, and I'm not the person to do it. The naysayers, I almost hit the naysayers. Well, now all of a sudden you want to believe in God. No, I've been believing in God. I've been believing in God. Going in these different environments, dealing with all these devils, it's the only way to survive. It's the only way to be respectful to folk. It's to keep one's mind on God. And to remember, I'm not my own. And these people who brainwashed by money and led by their addictions, they're God's as well. They're God's children as well. Why would I stoop so low to operate out of my flesh, to be prideful or arrogant? No. But they hate to see me be confident. My confidence was earned through hard work, sacrifice, time. And also being broken. We had to adjust the corrections. And off the back of haters, I choose to heal. Because I didn't want to operate out of that hate. It was always an opportunity to grow. It's bananas how people think they have the ability to take one's voice away, to take one's choice away, one's rights away. No. Keep on fighting me. I'm going to have more reasons to stand my ground and fight and expose you for everything you're doing. These fear tactics in the dwelling, that don't do nothing. That's hilarious. Because I could easily open the door and press record and see how all that fear tactics, where would they be? Would they still be projecting? Would they still be talking trash? Would they still be in that same energy? When you get exposed and I put you on live and give you the attention that you want, a good bit of the people wouldn't have that same energy. It's sad because people's karma is going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy. Look at all the things you've done to me. You're blocking social life, love life, financial stability, invading my personal space, bullying, harassment. That crap worked in the beginning, but after a while, it put some hair on my chest like, what's happening? What's good? Your fear tactics work when someone is not known to it. But I've grown adjusted to it. And I made it work for me to gain strength and trust God even more beyond what I have and don't have, and who agree with me and who don't agree with me. When you reject me in a group, that don't make me feel away. That gets me empowered. It gives me power. Because I'm like, wow, all these people on the same level, all these people doing the same thing, all these people probably sharing similar burdens, and they being used to get along. That's how the narcissistic system is. They use people to fit in, to keep control and noise down. But really, just about everyone in the group hates each other. They dislike each other. They wear a mask in supporting each other. As long as, you have a habit, a dirty toxic addiction. It may not be the same as mine, but as long as you have something dirty, then yeah, you fit in. Long as you're struggling, but you steady trying to fit in, you're great. You trying to be like us, you're great. You trying to get along and support the system and please the system, you're great. But what happened when the system is effed up? What happened when ones in power are corrupted? And you supporting the system and there's thorns all around what you think is support. I don't feel alone when folk reject me. That's a blessing. It's an opportunity to be myself, be unique, stand out, and get out of the crabs in a bucket type of thinking and elevate. My prayer is nowadays, God, keep me as a doer. I want to be a doer. I want to get my life right. I want to get my soul right. I want to get my character right. Every time they block me, they twist things, they curve things, and make it into something when it's not. Get me right. That rejection is a gift. That rejection is a gift. It's not a curse. What you perceive as a curse, I could perceive it as something totally different. Because this trait that you have, you can't bring that with you when you die. This greed that you have, what is it gonna get you when you die? You're gonna have burdens that the people that you love are gonna carry, because they're gonna experience your karma. They're gonna experience how you treated people. Either they hear about others, how, my gosh, you treated them this way, and they feel the overwhelmness of the burden of it, or they physically experience it. You put ones next in your bloodline to be a victim from your own abuse, because you want to operate out of power and control. I'm not talking about no flying monkeys. I'm not talking about ones near me. No, because that's what small-minded people do. I'm talking about these people who have the narrative that been going on for years of abuse, abusing their power, and they want to rub that abuse on me. But I'm not out here abusing people. No matter what I do, it's a problem with being myself. I never seen folk that need to get off my nuts so hard, so much. And I know I'm a woman. I don't operate out of a lot of physical and mental masculine energy. I try to keep it balanced, but survival made me operate out of masculine energy, because real masculine energy is action. Feminine is nurturing. That long list of assault claims, how does that make your record look in your position of power? With all of the lies people have said, and a long list, I'm pretty sure it's a long ass list of people who lied. How does that make your position look of power? I'm pretty sure it makes you look pretty shitty. How can it be you supposed to be a power, supposed to be putting folk away who doing wrong, but you the one doing wrong? You don't got no right to be blocking my income. You don't got no right to be sending these corny people in my way. I don't care to speak to them. I don't care to do no kind of interaction with them. I don't want to know nothing about them. Ain't none of my business. If I'm supposed to be focusing on healing, there don't need to be no interaction. If I'm focusing on healing, then let's be real. If I'm focusing on financially healing, spiritually healing, growing in character healing, being accountable for my wrong, and being sharp on my actions and what energy I put out, and I don't have time to be carrying or supporting other one's burdens. I gotta cut out my own. And if anyone who's upset about that, that's their business. I have nothing to do with it. I don't have time. That's not my place. Your whole system is corrupted. The justice system is corrupted. And you don't think that karma's gonna come back and bite you in your butt. You can know everything that's going on based off of technology and people ear hustling and listening. But that don't mean you really in control. The type of evilness that you operate out of, man, like, I feel sorry for your soul. I feel sorry for your life. I feel sorry for who you are. And you can't even show up and be an example of healing. Again, I'm not talking about the flying monkeys. I'm not talking about anyone in the community. I'm talking about higher ups. If I see you in public, what's up? Speak. Make yourself known. Like, let's get fear out the way, because when you promote fear, that lets me know you're not going to do nothing. When you want to control an agenda, that lets me know you're not going to do nothing based off of the claims. Do something about the claims. Do something about the setups. Do something about even when I expose the people who set me up. Do something right. You can't tell me for years, oh, we want you to be accountable for yourself. We want you to get karma. Well, karma comes after what you actually do. And it's not a one-way street. It's not after one person. You should be wanting me to respect you. Like, I have that genuine motive to want to respect you, because fear, I don't operate out of that. That's lame. It's old. Because I can see that's your motive for control. That makes you a weak individual. Man or woman. That makes you weak. It's more than to live for live than just getting high, getting drunk, or working a job till you're tired and you get home and you have enough time to bathe, sleep, and go back at the job again. There's more to life than that. There's more than a life to be wicked or hateful. There's so much more. And if you limit yourself by that and you have this narrative you want to control, that's putting yourself, you downgrading yourself and you downgrading others. There's so much more to discover about ourselves. Each day we get older, there's another layer we have to pull back and discover. The beauty within, the power within. But others who want to just feed and entertain this 3D realm, they get limited. Ooh-wee. So many lessons I learned. And it sounds like I'm trying to preach, but I'm not. But it's a lot of lessons I learned. And instead of carrying baggage of my pain, I'm going to carry wisdom and apply it to my circumstance and situation. I'm going to rise up in confidence. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to keep standing. I'm not going to be moved by the fear tactics, because that lets me know you're a coward and you really don't have power and you're not able to do what's right. If you for the justice system, I used to grow up thinking, oh, the justice system do what's right. No, these are snakes. These are snakes with positions of power. All for greed and control. But let a moment where you get exposed, you do anything and everything, try to cover it up. You do anything and everything to make calls and get favors to help support you covering it up. But that doesn't stop karma from coming. It gets heavier. Like your addictions. I observe folk who attack me, their addictions get heavier. It don't get lighter. That greed, that hate that you have, it gets heavier. But what happened to your own self-love? And not to operate out of greed and control. And the killer part is, who is you to shame others for any addictions or shortcomings when you have your own that you neglecting, but it's supporting you to be evil? And people gonna tell me, oh, you need to go find God, you need to go live right. Well, what about all these people that attack me? What about all these people in my business, like they have roles to tell me what to do, what not to do, or whatever the case may be? They're no in position to tell me to do nothing with my life. My life. That I work hard for. That I sacrifice. And then I go work hard, and then you be the same folk. Oh, no. Don't want to hear it. Don't need inputs. Don't need guidance. Because if it's me that need guidance, then folk wouldn't be doing all these tactics. They wouldn't be so controlling, conniving, hateful. Bottom line, they'll be able to do what they need to do, which is arrest me if that's the bottom line. But all these tactics for control, putting one in forced poverty, sending people who you want me to be with versus what I need, who I'm compatible with, my choice. I kid you not, you're cursing yourself on so many levels. Clean up your karma. Clear out your path. Promote your own people to sober up. Ain't no way in hell we're supposed to be comparing ourselves to one another. That's a crab in a bucket type of thinking. Ain't no way we're supposed to be like robots, going to work, coming back home, doing the same thing. There's more to life. And people who have positions of power, they know there's more to life than operating out of those positions of power. Because God forgive me, their shit is not gold. Their shit stinks like everyone else's. And there's heavier judgment on those who have positions of authority and they still be wicked like a criminal. They got more judgment and wrath of God on their life than those who may be struggling or who may not know or may not know better or do better. Do something right where your conscience can be clear and your karma can be clear. Do something right where you have long life. You have a healthy life. Healthy life is not based off of resources. It's based off of not just your character, but your health. Your health is everything. In different environments, I was working, doing what I was supposed to do, and people overworked me. My joints been hurting. My joints been on fire. Petty individuals say, well, that's good for you. But I'm like, but what you sow is what you gonna reap, darling. Keep on living. I don't have to lift up my finger back at you. I don't have to be violent towards you. You're gonna reap what you sow. And you can't control when it comes back. You can't control it. You can't block it. You can't stop it when it comes back. It's to teach you a lesson to operate out of ego or be humble and learn from lessons and change what and who you idolize. Sometimes it's not always Satan that just behind separating and causing division. Sometimes that's God behind the enemy bringing in division. Because that thirst, that fulfillment, is not going to come from It's not going to come and fulfill any purpose that one may need or thirst for trying to fit in. It's not going to come from drugs. It's not going to come from lust. It's not going to come from sex. It's not going to come from people pleasing. It's not going to come from materialism. It's not going to come from wealth. I was so broken. I looked in many places, and none of those fulfillments fulfilled my soul and my spirit, and didn't support me healing. It brought on more destruction than I could handle, than I was able to comprehend. And the only thing that cleared it up was looking up to God and acknowledging Him, that higher power. I never was the type to try to look down on people. Who am I? Who am I? That's what small-minded, broken people do when they want to fit in, when they want power. But when you acknowledge everyone has power and everyone's gifted and everyone's loved, everyone gets protection and healing from Most High, because He put that on the inside of us to heal, to recover, to bounce forward, to bounce back, to regroup, to reinvent ourselves, to, oh gosh, there's so much. If I put money in the greed, the material realm, in my mind and in my heart as an idol, then a lot of the destruction that go on, I would be broken by it. I would be so messed up. But my life and who I am is not based off of that. My enemies, their life is not based off of power and their greed and who they are, their status. That's not who they are. That's the role they play. But if they remember who they are and how beautiful they are, how powerful they are, how much they love, how talented they are, how gifted they are, it started way before they got any credit from this world or acknowledgement from this world. This world makes us forget who we are. This narcissistic system. Satan needs a body. And he loves having a large body of people brainwashed. But he doesn't want individuals to know of their real potential. Forget potential. Walk in your real divine power. Walk in your real healing yourself. You get a cut on your hand, there's a natural skin layer protected within a couple hours. Who put that there? There's a natural bag around the heart to protect the heart from any harm. It's a lot to be discovered, but it's in the hidden. It's in the unknown. but it's also being alone. When I'm alone, I can detox from everything that I go through, every negative experience, and have that positive, loving energy to hold on to and not operate selfishly from, but knowing that God gives it not just to me but others, and not be selfish, not be judgmental, not be hateful. This is something I learned since I was a real young kid, seeing how powerful a genuine, positive, loving heart can attract everything that you need. And being in that flow brings about the creative gifts that Most High wants you to have. It brings in wealth. It's a lot of gifts, I ain't gonna lie, I'm sitting on. And every time I go, I remember being extremely depressed. I start working on my hair. And I would say to myself, I'm too cheap to go to the hairdresser, so I'm going to start doing my own hair. I'm going to practice this till I learn how to do it right. I'm going to learn this technique till I do it right. So I learned different techniques. And I started doing my own hair. And thank God, I don't need to go to the hairdresser. I can do my own hair, different hairstyles. Boom. I remember being depressed. I started writing poetry. I remember a lot of things I would do when I'm bored and alone and would feel that. But I didn't run from that. I didn't run from what I felt, but I processed it. But also I went the Most High with that. Because I understand in His presence, those feelings, those illusions, those labels, those projections, those baggage, it don't stay. He reminds everyone who they are. You get in His presence. He reminds you of who you are to Him when you get in His presence. So no matter amount of how much power or wealth you have, your connection and how He sees you is more powerful than any amount of money, any title, any amount of power that one can have on this earth. It's your spirit. It's your soul. It's your flow. It's too many people who want to be gatekeepers over others being in their flow and their gifts and their talent, but they're not in their own. If you're in your own, you don't got time to tell me when and what and how about my own gifts, or about my own abilities, my own potential. You don't have time. In fact, you'll be motivating me to go get my own. People who are ruled by this 3D realm will call me delusional. Cool. Cool. But you only operate out of your flesh and from your ego. When folk who talk about me growing and try to say I'm being wicked or I'm being wishy-washy, I understand that's Satan that's using their body, that don't accept me healing. They don't want me to grow. But the very presence of an enemy speaking down on anything I'm doing, it lets me know I'm doing something right. It lets me know I'm going to be productive. It lets me know I'm going to be effective. It lets me know that I'm going to get something worth, and it's worth fighting for. So how many enemies do I have? I'm not talking about naysayers. I'm talking about enemies. They show their face every time a breakthrough comes on. And they laugh when struggles occur. But they hide when they get exposed. They really hide in their habits when destruction come up their street. I don't play with fire. I don't play with people. Being a hater is hard work. Being an enemy is hard work. I mean, to ear hustle, to monitor, to break one's confidence, to steal someone's joy, to make them miserable, to break their reputation, to tarnish their reputation, to make them seem a way that they're not. That's miserable as hell. I had to get my eyes off of me because I'm like, you know what? If I'm reflecting on me, my load is light because I'm not operating out of selfishness and greed and wanting control. For a moment, I had to reflect, man, it's hard work for haters. Because they want to project all that work and energy in monitoring and harassing and belittling, but they don't want to acknowledge what they're doing. They don't want to be told. They don't want to be revealed. They don't want even that same energy to come back on them. All of a sudden, they feel like they deserve better. But every time an enemy does something wicked, I just know something better is coming. And not only that, karma's coming as well. It's coming. It's amazing how people believe I should have karma and they shouldn't. Well, they shouldn't be wicked. They shouldn't have to do anything. But it's so many people that don't want to be accountable for the things they do. I'm like, wow. And when there's no communication, there's no respect, they wonder why. Deal with your conscience. Your conscience will tell you. Your conscience will tell you everything you need. I want to tell you nothing. I don't have nothing for you. I don't owe you nothing, remember? You said I was trash. You said I was shit. I don't owe you nothing. It's really cute how one moment people be, I'm throwing slaggers at you. I'm belittling you. But when it don't work, then they come back around that crap. I'm like, keep your same tone. Keep your same adjustment. Keep that. Stay where you at. Stay where you at. Stay in your lane. You should be important in your own lane where you was before, right? You shouldn't have to come back around and try again. No. With your prideful ego, with your loud ego, you should be powerful and great right where you are. You shouldn't have to move and come back again. But then you have to come back again. That makes you that lets you know to yourself that you're weak and you're a coward. You got so many other things you need to attend to other than little old boring me. Because I ain't sending for a lot of these folk. I ain't in folk business. I'm not in folk way, but folk hate me being confident. But don't got shit to do with their brokenness. Don't got nothing to do with their addictions. It's a lot of folk need to mind their business and go nurture themselves. Go love on themselves. But they can only love this mass, and because people love the mass. But no one wants to say, oh, you're broken, but I support you healing. I support you acknowledging the healing work that you need to do. Very few people that accept that. People love it when you an addict, you're lustful, but they hate it when you standing on boundaries. You're confident. You're strong. They hate that. When folk send out warfare and the warfare don't go as they plan it, they gotta carry two burdens. They gotta carry double. What they sent out and what the other person was supposed to receive. If they didn't receive it and operate from it, it comes back to them double. If it comes back to them double energetically, I can only imagine when you force someone to go through poverty, hardships, health issues. I can only imagine what double work is going to come back. And then I'm supposed to just hear what they have to say, but whenever I'm talking, it's supposed to cut me off. No, I have something to say as well. It's a two-way street. But in fact, the people who with the mess and drama, they need their energy of being automatically cut off. Because these people are not sacrificing for me. They don't really have good intentions. They don't care for me. And I'm cool with that. But don't come in my face with that. I ain't looking for you. I don't want your opinions. I don't want your approvals. You don't like me? Cool. Life goes on. Move on. But these people have a problem with moving on. They can't. You're not going to disrespect me Monday and then Thursday thinking we're going to be cool. Nah. Stay your butt where your butt is at. It's no, oh, come back around. No. No. It's sad. If I want to be confident and wear a cute dress, then I'm being lustful. Like, did you forget how big I was, insecure I was? But you was playing on that. But what the truth is, folk get mad when there's not much to play on. People are sad. Operate out of this high level wickedness. But they're not confident within themselves. Not loving themselves. Only operate out of greed and control. And someone they may have less than them, have nerve to be confident. Oh, the person you attack and have nerve to be confident. You got a problem with that. So why won't you fix your own confidence? Why won't you fix your own issues? Why won't you stop projecting? Because that makes you a coward. But it doesn't stop the thirst. It doesn't stop and fulfill the need on the inside.